Well, I thought if I'm going to talk about an Elvis film, I might as well dress up like a dime store Elvis impersonator. Let's talk about Epic. Thank you very much. G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant move review for you, feeling a little bit like a human solar panel. So right now, let's get through this before I combust. Epic is the latest film from filmmaker Baz Luhrmann. And basically what this is Baz Luhrmann, while he was making Elvis the movie in 2021, got a tip-off from someone while he was doing all the research about these mythical reels that happened to live under the salt mines in Kansas City. And so Baz had some money left over from making Elvis, and he took a crew down there, and they kicked in the door, and there they found 68 boxes of 35mm and 8mm footage inside this Warner Brothers film archive. So some of them were outtakes from films, and some were featured stuff with golden jackets. Funny that. His performance in 1957 in Hawaii. They found all the footage, but it came with no sound. So over 2 years, it was basically restored and synced to existing audio sources by Luhrmann's team. And they also found a 45-minute audio recording that was uncovered of Elvis Presley talking about his life. So Baz didn't really know what to do with all this footage, and that was the thing that made him string it all together. So he says it's not really a documentary, it's not really a concert film, it's something new in the Elvis canon. So a big ups to Jonathan Redmond, who is the editor on this and has been the editor on a lot of Baz Luhrmann's works, because he put this thing together and it is something else. And now Baz Luhrmann is taking this pseudo doco concert thing around the world on the world tour that Elvis never got to have. So it was basically about a month ago that I saw this film. Baz Luhrmann introduced it at the Australian premiere on the Gold Coast, and talked a lot about how the film came about to be, the fantastical stories that he told about the production of this thing, the people that he met along the way, the painstaking time that it took to sync all the footage, working with Peter Jackson's team who did Get Back. Creating all the Foley, all the sound effects, putting together the audio clips, formalizing some sort of story. And an interesting question was asked in the crowd during the Q&A about the fact that Baz Luhrmann is put down as the director of this film. And as Baz Luhrmann said, he's basically a storyteller that has to weave the story into the fabric of the footage that they found. It was sort of announced by the MC for this event of, you think you know Elvis, well, if you love Elvis, you're going to love this, and if you don't love Elvis, you're going to find out more about the man and love him at the end of the movie. So I don't believe that's true. I feel like the things we find out about Elvis is stuff that we've already discovered in Baz Luhrmann's amazing film from 2022 that I'm also in. See that? See that? That's the back of my head, and that's me here. There you go. So that's an amazing film. It was great to be a part of, and it's really wonderful to see Baz working on set with his crew. But more and above that, the story that he weaved into that was really great and comprehensive in a short amount of time. Baz really knows how to tell a story. Although with this, we have that 45 minutes of audio, which Baz Luhrmann has clearly worked very hard to try and create a path into what effectively is a compilation of 2 years of that 1970s Las Vegas residency that in itself is phenomenal. I mean, I probably could have sat there and watched that alone for 100 minutes plus, because it is absolutely exhilarating. And the work that the team have put in to color this footage, to repair the footage, like, it is an absolute masterclass in how to restore footage and how to have an amazing sound behind it that doesn't feel artificial. It feels real. It feels like you're in the room. It was electrifying. And the beautiful thing about it is that the people in the room were applauding after every song. They just loved it. And you would, because you do feel like you're there in the room with him, experiencing this amazing footage, this amazing time on stage. And it really makes you really appreciate Elvis as a performer. And I think outside of everything, outside of, Elvis telling his true story and what it all means to him and rah rah, yeah, okay, that's good. But I think what this film really achieves in doing is showing you what a absolute electric performer Elvis really was. Like that, those initial parts of the footage and everything that we saw. Wow, he has woven gospel. He's reworked his songs. He's really worked hard. And you can see it with the session musos, and you can see his passion for the music in getting these songs out. And one of my favorite parts was him working with some Beatles tracks. At singing some some John Lennon. It was just great. Like some of that stuff was really worth the price of admission alone, just seeing him work through some of those songs. So that for me was the most electric part of this. And I don't agree with the statement that we find out more about Elvis. I think we find out a little more about his process potentially whilst crafting the shows in Las Vegas. But I wouldn't say we find out much more about him and whether or not that makes him more of a sympathetic character, to somehow sympathize with him and the downfall that eventually came. And this film is 100% designed to be seen up on the big screen. You have to see this in the cinema. If you are an Elvis fan, or if you just love the music, or if you love electric performances up on stage, you have to seek this out on the biggest screen possible. I know this is screening in IMAX. It's definitely worth the price of admission to see it in IMAX because it is amazing. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. The sound of the concert is phenomenal. I did have a little bit of problem with the sound at the start, but I think that might have been the venue I was in. But anyway, if you get a chance, go and see Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. You need to see it because it is amazing. It looks amazing. It's a bit bombastic at the start. Hang in there. But it does start to settle down and settle into a groove. And boy, oh boy, you are going to love it. So Epic, I would give 8.5 out of 10. I had a really great time watching this. That is my review of Epic. What's your favorite Elvis song? Or do you have a favorite Elvis movie? Either song or movie, I'm happy to take either. Comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I look forward to seeing you all next time here in my car. Thank you very much.